Lil, happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Come here.
Huh?
You finally woke up? I was up there like 5 times and you didn't wake up. You were sheeping.
Because I was so tired.
Because you were so tired?
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to fix this.
Oh.
See, look. I'm trying to fix this so it can be clear.
Oh.
Look, you're gonna be on here. Look. Look at that now.
Oh.
I'm trying to fix this so you can't hear nothing. I'm listening to something that selfless on the.
Oh, I gotta go meet up Mom.
You gotta go meet up with Mom?
Yeah.
I gotta go meet up Mom too. It's not gonna work. Yo, what's your settings for your chroma key? Yo, what's your settings for your chroma key? I'm trying to get my webcam right. Settings. 4. I figured this shit out myself, gang. You trying to be a little bitch, huh? Oh, okay, cool. Alright, bet. I just try to figure it out. Oh, okay. Cool. I'll just try to figure that. Thank you, though. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, if it was still there, nigga, I wouldn't be asking you, right?
the rainbow. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
The Gamma, on the other hand, is actually very important. The Gamma you're gonna...
What's up guys, welcome back once again to the Gaming Careers YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about green screens and how you can use a green screen within your stream so you can do cool things. Actually, one sec. Now obviously I'll throw some other examples of streamers using a green screen and some of the creative ways that they have used them to incorporate some funny or epic moments into their stream. But in this video we're going to be going through why you'd want to use a green screen for your stream, what equipment you need exactly, and I'm going to be covering different budgets for this, so right from the cheapest way of implementing a green screen up to something more expensive like the Elgato green screen that I've got. We're also going to be talking about how you can use a green screen in OBS and Streamlabs OBS, so exactly how you set it up to chroma key out the background. And finally I'll be going over some tips and tricks for lighting and exactly how you want to set up your green screen to make sure you get the crispest image. All of that coming up. So obviously the main purpose of having a green screen is to be able to cut your talent out from their background, and then you can overlay that talent on, you know, your game, or maybe it's your desktop or your Twitch chat or whatever you want to do. But the idea is that you can have both your talent and some sort of background in the same shot, composited one above the other. So what you're going to need to be able to achieve this look is obviously a camera of some sort. This can be a webcam, it can be, you know, a camera plugged into an Elgato Camlink like mine is, and basically the higher resolution, the more detail you're going to get and the better quality the cut between the talent and the green is going to be. So I would recommend certainly using one of the higher end webcams to achieve really great results. Something like the Logitech C920, which is often recommended. I've been recommending it in my kits for absolutely ages, will do absolutely brilliantly. Or if you have the luxury of being able to use an actual camera, mirrorless or DSLR plugged into a capture device like the Elgato Camlink, then that will do even better. In terms of the actual green screen, it's one of those things that's going to be completely dependent on your budget. Here on Amazon I found 3 different types of green screen for 3 different budgets, so hopefully one of these will be perfect for you. At the start we've got these sort of fold, hang it, or to be able to put it against a wall if that is what your streaming set, which you can hoop through the green screen. Are in OBS, and before we jump into OBS and Streamlabs OBS, one tip would be that you don't want the green screen to be too narrow when surrounding your talent or yourself. You want to have some leeway so that the person on screen can, you know, raise their hands and things like that without their hands being cut off because of the narrow green screen. The second thing worth mentioning is that keying out in OBS or any of these programs is actually quite CPU intensive. So if you are struggling to keep frame rates and not drop frames anyway, you might consider maybe just having a normal webcam without any keying, because it is a CPU intensive task. Your computer is having to do all the processing of removing that background information, so just bear that in mind if you're having any issues. Okay, so here we are in OBS, and the first thing that we want to do probably is just to play around with the cropping of our webcam to make sure that it's completely surrounded by green. I've just got an example scene set up here with a a picture of Fortnite, just as if I was playing it, and my webcam camera in the bottom corner. So the first thing we want to do is crop the webcam to make sure that we are completely surrounded by green, and this section just here where you can see some of my background shelving unit isn't shown. So to do that, you can hold down the Alt key and drag in any of the areas that you want to crop out. So I'm just going to drag in the sides a little bit so they're surrounded by green, and the top by just a touch. And there we go. Now I am completely surrounded by green. Background isn't completely the same colour, but it's a pretty good attempt. So next we're going to be looking at removing this green background so that I can sit just on top of the game layer. To do that, we want to come down to the camera source here, or your webcam source, right click and go to filters. Now you can see in the effect filters list we do actually have the LUT that we set up a couple of weeks ago, so if you haven't yet watched that video of how to add filters and LUTs to your webcam to change the look and make them look a little bit more cinematic, do go and check out that video. I'll link it up in the top card. But we're just going to have that disabled for now, and we're going to come and add a new effect filter by clicking the plus icon and selecting chroma key. Obviously you can name this whatever you want. Chroma key works for me, so I'm just going to leave it at its default and click OK. Now you can see as soon as I click OK, OBS has applied its default settings, which is a green chroma key, and you can see it's done a pretty decent job really. If you look down in the bottom corner where it's already been cropped, it's not bad. There's a little bit of green on my shoulders and in my hair. Obviously blonde hair and light coloured t-shirts aren't ideal to wear for this, but I thought I would challenge myself and get the settings perfect for you guys. So first option that we have is this key colour type. You have the choice between green, blue, magenta, as well as a custom colour. This is just the colour of the screen behind you that you're wanting to remove. So the most typical ones are green and blue. Obviously they've got the option of a magenta, or by keying in your custom colour, if you know exactly what it is, or you can use the colour picker. I've actually found that for the Elgato green screen that I'm using, the green one seems to work the best, so I'm going to leave it at green and then move on to the other options. Similarity is on a scale of 1 to 1000, so if you drag this left and right, you can see it's choosing how similar of a colour to the green that they've got set you want to remove. So if I lower this, you can see that some of the darker areas in the bottom corners of my green screen are still showing. So you want to get this to the point where all the green screen is removed, but none of your t-shirt or your body or your face. So around 400 seems to work quite well for me. Next we have smoothness, and this is how smooth of the keying effect will be. So again, you don't want to be removing any of your t-shirt or your hair by going too high, so somewhere around 100 seems to work quite well for me, but this will be completely dependent on your setup and your lighting and all those kind of things, your camera. Key color spill reduction, this is just trying to reduce the amount of spill that might appear on the shoulders or in the hair. Certainly if you have blonde hair, it's a little bit more difficult, so you're just trying to remove that spill of green from those areas. And that looks pretty decent actually there. Finally, you have some options for opacity, contrast, brightness, gamma, those kind of things. I'm going to leave these all as default, but do feel free to play around if you need to. And then if we can just click close, and you can see that has now applied my green screen effect, and you can see how clear that is. If I hold my hand up especially, you can see straight through my fingers onto the green screen. There is still a little bit of green colour in my hair, so I would probably go back into the settings and just make sure that I'm fine-tuning to make sure that that is removed. But bearing in mind that I haven't set up any sort of lights just specifically for the background here, and I've tried to make it as challenging as possible by wearing a light t-shirt and obviously having blonde hair, I think that looks pretty decent. I'm just going to go back in and just play a tiny bit just to try and remove that green from my hair, so I should be able to play around with the colour spill a little bit and maybe the smoothness as well. And there you go, you can see it's reduced now. And then if you went back to apply your LUT, you can see that even looks even better. So there I am in the bottom corner of my screen. Obviously if I put my hands on the outside of where I've got my camera, that's going to remove, so I want to try and remain in this frame as much as possible. But there I am in the bottom corner of my Fortnite game example. If Streamlabs OBS is your streaming software of choice, the process is exactly the same, as it's part of that core OBS functionality that was originally moved across across into Streamlabs OBS. So all you have to do is find your webcam or your camera source, right click, filters, find the color key, and make sure you dial in the settings to be able to remove your background without removing any of your subject. Another really important point is that you want your subject not to be wearing any of the color that your background is. So if your background is green, avoid wearing any green, as that will also be removed. So if you have a green logo on your t-shirt or something like that, that's obviously also going to be removed. Another bonus tip for OBS and Streamlabs OBS is it's not just video capture devices that you can apply the color keying to. You can also do it to videos. So if you find some videos on the internet that have a green screen, you can also apply the color key in OBS or Streamlabs OBS to a video. One last thing I will mention is if you are using a webcam that has sort of some drivers installed and does things with auto white balance, you're probably going to want to jump into those options and disable it. Because when auto white balance is enabled, sometimes it's going to mess up what the green looks like. And obviously OBS is looking for a specific color of green to remove from the keying. So if it's going to keep changing white balance because of this auto white balance setting within the webcam, that's going to mess it up. So make sure you disable that. The last thing that I will mention is just to raise the question, do you actually want to remove your background from your live stream? A lot of people find that having a background with, you know, some things on shelving units. I know I don't have anything interesting on there yet, but over time I'd like to think I'm going to build up, you know, parts of my personality and have them on the shelving unit. So maybe a green screen isn't right for you, but if it is, I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, a massive thanks to the patrons this month who have helped fund the creation of these videos. Do check out my Patreon page if you haven't already, and subscribers, I will see you in the next video. Peace.
How to set up chroma key for Streamlabs OBS. How to set up chroma key for Streamlabs OBS. How to set up chroma key for Streamlabs OBS.
So apparently this filter makes a perfect snowflake no matter what you draw, but I'm about to prove that wrong. It's gonna look like a monstrosity by the time I'm done. Try to make that look good.
What's up guys, how's it going? Mike the Tech here, and in this video we're going to show you how to chroma key your webcam in Streamlabs OBS. We're going to go ahead and add a video capture device. And we're going to add a new capture device and call this webcam. Alright, so we're going to choose the webcam that we want to use. There we go. And we can configure certain options about this, such as our actual saturation and contrast and brightness by clicking configure video. And you'll get this little icon here. And this is where we can adjust certain things like white balance and change that manually so that we can have whatever white balance we want, or we can leave it to automatic. And the same goes for brightness and contrast. I like to lower my brightness just slightly and my saturation just a little higher. And we can go ahead and leave that there. That looks pretty good. And then below that, we can change it to different resolutions. So if I wanted to, I can have it at 1080p. If I wanted to save some processing speed, or if I wanted it at full resolution, I can have it at 1440p. I recommend going as high as your computer can handle because it'll give our chroma key more to work with and it'll look better in the long run. So we'll go ahead and leave it at the device default, which is 1440p. You can also change the frames per second here from 30 to 60 or whatever you like to do if your camera supports it. So let's go ahead and fit this to the screen. So let's go to transform, fit to screen. Now, there's a few things on screen I don't want seen. I have these items on the left and these items on the right. So what I'm going to do is hold Alt, and you're going to be able to actually erase some of what's on the left and some of what's on the right when you're holding Alt. If you don't hold Alt, it's going to resize it, and you don't want to do that. If you hold Alt, it'll actually crop it out. So that looks pretty good. Now we're going to place this in the corner of the screen and actually resize it to where we want it to be. So this looks pretty good for me. If we wanted to, like if I raise my hand, it's actually opposite. Like if this was a mirror, it would look really weird. It's clear that it's projection, so I can actually transform and flip this horizontally so that it works more towards expectation. So if I want to point to something on the screen, I know immediately where it is. So that works. And then you're going to go ahead and right click on this source here, and you're going to go to filters, and you're going to go to edit filters. Now under edit filters, you're going to choose add filter, and you're going to choose chroma key, not to be confused with color key. Color key is not the one you're looking for. You're looking for chroma key, and we're going to add that there. And you can see it already works pretty well.
That's what
I
I'm
actually
doing,
think that
color
works
key.
really well.
Damn. Color key, chroma key, add chroma key. Alright, or add color key on there.
But let's go ahead and do what I would normally do to set up a chroma key. So I'm going to click on this little eye icon here and go to custom color. Under custom color, I'm going to click on this little eyedropper tool. And I'm going to grab one of the green colors from behind me. So I'll choose one kind of towards the middle. And now I can view, and it's taking out all the color of my screen. So if I lower this down, I can start seeing that it's looking a lot better, and it's only removing the colors that I want. So let's put this at 30. That looks pretty good. Let's put it at 20.
see?
Nice. Let's put this at 50. Feathering. We'll remove some of the harsh edges on the sides, so that can be really useful. Too much feathering will make.
Son of a bitch, I knew that was gonna happen. What the fuck, man?
As I sat there taking out zombies with my best friend, I thought,
isn't it great that T-Mobile's network is powerful enough to bring high-speed home internet across the country?
Pay attention! A zombie's eating my brain!
as I sat there taking out zombies with my best friend, I thought, isn't it great that T-Mobile's network is powerful enough to bring high-speed home internet across the country?
Too much feathering will make things look invisible. But if you get the right number, it looks pretty good. But I'm going to lower this to 40 and put this up to 25. Say, maybe even 30. Let's put it at 20. Nice. Let's put this at 50. Feathering will remove some of the harsh edges on the sides, so that can be really useful. Too much feathering will make things look invisible. But if you get the right number, it looks pretty good. But I'm going to lower this to 40 and put this up to 25. Say, maybe even 30. Yeah, that way it gets rid of that line. And I can raise this to 45, 50. That looks pretty good. Okay, and you can check how well it's working by zooming in, and you can kind of see pretty good. But I'm going to lower this to 40 and put this up to 25. Say, maybe maybe even 30. Yeah, that way it gets rid of that line. And then I can raise this to 45, 50.